This is take 347. I cannot believe people make this look so easy. I'm such a technophobe. I really do need to get the grip on this. So my name is Sharon Holt and I am a utility advisor and networking queen stroke networking mentor. I've been networking for about 30 years. When I was younger, I actually wanted to be a lawyer or a vet, but a lawyer was 7 years training, and I struggled to sit still for 7 days, let alone 7 years. And to be a vet, although I did get into veterinary college, it was a residential course, and at 18 I still felt too young to leave home. Plus I had it too good at home anyway. Why would I want to leave and do my own laundry? But I went and did a BTEC National Diploma in Business and Finance, a 2-year course, which I actually failed on attendance by a tutor who was never there either. Strange world. But I left there and thought I may as well put my love of talking to good use. So my first job was in telesales, selling car insurance. But after a couple of months, I am a bit of a traveller. I like to travel. I like to meet people. So I decided to go travelling with my cousin who's Italian. And we went to Italy for 4 months. Literally put on 4 stone in 4 months, but we had an absolute blast. We had a whale of a time. She was actually there for work purposes. I was there to teach the daughter of the family we were staying with, teaching her English, which was a challenge because I didn't speak a word of Italian, but we got there in the end. We lived like film stars for the 4 months we were there because it was such a small village. Everybody wanted to talk English. Everyone wanted to come over and practice their 5 lines of English. Hello, what is your name? Where do you come from? How old are you? But we had an absolute great time. And then I came back and thought, do you know what? It would be a really good idea to set myself up in business. And while we're at it, why don't I buy a house at the same time? So I did, pretty much. So my very first house was in Colchester, in Essex, and I paid the deposit on a credit card because in those days you could. And I then decided it would be a really good idea to set myself up in business. The company was called Pulse Promotions, and it started off by doing corporate wear and promotional gifts. So embroidered and printed t-shirts and workwear, and then printed pens, mugs, key rings, that type of thing. And over the years that expanded. I had the company for 18 years, and that expanded into a one-stop shop for all of your business needs. So we did websites, we did hosting, we did event management, we did SEO, we did graphic design, we did advertising. So whatever you and your company needed, that's what we did. And it grew and grew and grew. We entered awards. We won the local business awards for new company, for growing business. My proudest one, which was customer service. We won that for a couple of years running. And I was even nominated for Businesswoman of the Year for 5 years running. But unfortunately, my story wasn't quite sad enough to win. But had an absolute whale of a time, and then decided that enough was enough. And I just lost all the notes on my screen. Panic! I then decided that, when the universe tries to tell you things and you really should pay attention, well, that started happening to me in the fact that some of my customers then stopped paying their bills, which had a knock-on effect. I had 3 members of staff at the time who... Do you remember those phone calls that you used to get, you used to see the adverts on the television? Have you had a fall at work? Have you had a car accident? Call us now. Well, it was about that time that everything was happening with business where people were basically being instructed to say, are you being bullied at work? Give us a call and we can help you. And I had, in the space of 6 months, I had 3 members of staff all come up to me and say, I can't come into work today, I'm being bullied. So, I'm really sorry to hear that. We've got procedures in place. I need you to come in so we can have a chat. You do need to let me know who's bullying you. And they turned and said, well, it's you. But pay me £15,000 and I'll walk away. Needless to say, none of them got any money. I would rather have taken my chances at court. But it just made me realise at that point everything was for the employee, not for the employer. Lots of other things happened. Excuse me. I found myself being a single mum as well, and it just made me take a step back and evaluate what was going on in my life. So I decided that I didn't want to be in the rat race anymore. My son was 6 months old, wanted to focus on him, so I sold the company. And that was about 12 years ago now. And I'm not the sort of person who's going to sit and do nothing. So I needed to find something else to do. I wasn't 100% sure what I was going to do. I knew what I didn't want to do, and I didn't want to work for someone else, and I didn't want to be stuck in an office. And I knew that I still wanted to be out there networking. I still wanted to be out there meeting people and connecting people. And that's when I took a long, hard look at network marketing. Now, if you've never heard the term network marketing before, it basically is marketing yourself or your service or your product within your network of people. So it is pretty much what every single person does on a day-to-day basis. Whether you're making jewellery, whether you're doing websites, you are promoting yourself and your product or your service to your network. The only difference with this is we're pretty much all self-employed. Now, there's a lot of product-based network marketing companies. To name a few, there's Body Shop, there's Scentsy, there's Avon, there's Ann Summers, showing my age there. But then there are service ones as well, and I chose the service industry. So this is where Utility Warehouse came into it. I actually met a lady, a partner of Utility Warehouse, whilst out networking, and I introduced her to my parents, as you do. That's what you do with networking, you're connecting people. There were a few issues with the application, so I ended up speaking to head office about it, and they resolved it, and their customer service was above and beyond anything else I'd ever come across before. That's what made me sit up and think, I could relate to this. I could be a part of this. So I did my research. I stalked a few people on Facebook to see how they were doing it, and then decided to join. And I have never looked back. All the time I get people saying, "Oh, it's okay for you. You know, you like to talk to people, you like to meet people, but you're doing it all day, every day." You are probably recommending series on Netflix. You are probably recommending cake makers or restaurants to go to, but you never get paid for it. The difference is I recommend people now and I get paid for it. And I am now in a position where I can teach other people these skills so that they can use them in any network marketing industry. So that's kind of how I got involved in it. It was purely opportunity. I'm a great believer that everything happens for a reason and paths cross for a reason, and that was my sign. Do I have a typical day? Not at all. Being self-employed, I plan my own days and I plan my own appointments. Everything I do can be done online now since lockdown, which has been a godsend. But today, today's meeting got cancelled because my son's school bus didn't turn up. So I had to run him into school, but that's the flexibility of what I do. I wouldn't say I've faced any obstacles being a woman. There were when I started networking 30 years ago, showing my age now. It was very, very male dominated. There was an awful lot. And I used to go out wearing a wedding ring because then I got taken a bit more seriously rather than the bubbly blonde who didn't really know what she was doing anyway. But I covered my tracks well, I think. Are there any changes I'd like to see? No. I think that the opportunity is there for people at the moment to do anything and everything they want to do business-wise. The connections are phenomenal. The people that you can meet and the businesses that you can collaborate with, I've never seen anything like it. This is definitely the time to be in business and networking yourself. The advice, would I give anybody any advice? Do you know, it's probably the same advice that I would give my son and that I give my husband as well. How do you know you won't like it if you haven't even tried it? So whether it's networking, whether it's network marketing, whether it's going on to courses, go and try it. See how it makes you feel. See how much you get from it. My future goals within this industry are to possibly look at running some workshops for networking, for how to get the best from networking, how to not waste your money networking. One thing I've learned since lockdown is that the new people are not necessarily getting the best guidance from people that have networked for a while, who may potentially have gone a little bit stale, or who maybe if they've just got a bit bored, or they're just not liking the online Zoom networking. I'm not sure, but the saddest part of this is the fact there are so many wasted opportunities within networking, and I think it's a really hard part, that of being an ambitious woman, is to want to make the world a better place for others, for customers, for friends, for family. I do like this question. Have I signed up to any of the schemes so far? No, I haven't. There's no reason for it. They're on my to-do list. But I am continually sending people back to these courses, these people that can help, because I learnt a lot along the way, and I would like people to learn from my mistakes. So instead of trying to learn it as you go along, go out there and speak to the experts. Take the advice, especially if it's free, and find the way that suits for you. Anyway, I really hope I haven't bored you. I've gone slightly over, but I am very interested in any feedback that anybody has in what you love and what you loathe about networking, purely for content for the upcoming courses. Thank you very much for your time. My name's Sharon Holt, and I will see you again soon. Bye.